What's good, everybody? In the last video you watched me and Brandon knock out our new headlight assemblies. Since then we got the front clam pulled off. We didn't do a video on that. It's really easy. It took us less than 20 minutes without any instructions. We got in there and knocked it out. Brandon's putting on our new EBC brake pads right now. While he's doing that, I'm gonna work on getting this radiator out of here. When we first looked at it, we thought we were going to have to disconnect these AC lines and some of the oil cooling lines. I think that we can undo it just with these 4 bolts, a couple more, and lift it straight out. If we can do it that way, that's going to be awesome. Save us a lot of time and energy, but I guess we're going to find out. So I pulled these first 4 off, just 4 12s. They're threaded down in there, so you don't have to worry about getting a open end on a nut or anything. So we're gonna try to pull these next 4 and see if the radiator wants to come out. So these 4 are 10s. They came out easy except for this one's pretty rusted up. There's the one next to it. I'm gonna have to be careful. You can see it flexing the entire fiberglass housing. So I'm gonna get Brandon to help me kind of reinforce that, and I'm gonna try to break it. I got the bolt free. We didn't break anything. I used an Allen in the old bolt hole all the way down to give it some support against that and against the hole. Finally broke free. It's pretty rusty. Okay, so we're pretty loose. I think it's gonna work the way that I want it to. So we're gonna pull radiator hose here and the one through there, and hopefully we'll be able to just lift this straight up and back out. How's those brakes coming, Brandon?
Well, the paint that we used to paint them is still soft and gooey.
From 9 months ago.
Just don't ever do the brush on paint. Terrible stuff.
So now we're gonna get that side pulled. We're gonna let that one drain a little bit longer, but based on how loose we are, I think it's gonna work. To the few people that watch me and Brandon, most of y'all don't know us too well. However, I'm not the person that's gonna argue in the face of defeat, and I admit when I'm wrong. The radiator is not gonna come out without disconnecting the AC lines. It looks like the condenser is bolted underneath it. I was wrong twice today. After consulting Greg, he said that it does have to come off in one solid piece, so we're gonna have to disconnect the oil line, I think. Chase down a whole bunch of little bolts. It's still not gonna be the hardest thing that we've done though. So it looks like to remove the shroud, you're gonna have 1 bolt here. You're gonna have 1 here, at least on my car, and that's gonna get the back loose. Then we have 3 down here, and all 5 of those are 8mm. And then we're gonna pull either these two, or all 4 on both sides, and I think that should free us up. So next we're going to disconnect the oil coolers. I guess we could trim some of this to make it easier to get off. But we've already come this far, so we're gonna try to do it the right way. So disconnect the oil coolers, disconnect the mounts for the oil coolers on both sides, and then this whole shroud should lift right up. Okay, we got the driver's side oil cooler loose. Draining a little bit of the oil out of it. But it let us get all this loose now. There we go. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was. Look how thin it is. Passenger oil cooler is about to come off. Then we should be free. So after removing your 2 oil coolers, these are the mounts that hold the oil coolers. You remove those on both sides. Then I had 2. It looks like there's room for 3. Points here, 3 here, and disconnecting some lines. Radiator came out along with the shroud. The AC condenser and the fans is really what prevented us from doing it the way I originally thought. Here's the shroud all by itself. Brandon's sucking up some old coolant. Fell out. So next we're gonna drop in the new radiator and go from there.